Today I thought I would take you on a little tour of the land and sum up the new buildings that we have on this land, and maybe show you some things you haven't seen, and also about the plans that we have for the future. So come along on a little tour of the land. This is the back side of the house, and I thought that we would start by going to the backyard and walk our way up. Our land isn't very big. I can put the numbers in here. Earlier this year we put in some poles together with the previous owner to mark up where our land goes. You can see the roof of the house from here somewhere, and this is the first one of the poles. And there's one more just right over there, and it goes over here and straight down to that pole. Before signing the papers, we negotiated a little bit more land so that it didn't just go to here, but a little further down, so that we also got the land with the well, which is by those trees over there. There's actually a lot of water in there right now. In the beginning we weren't quite sure if we would keep the house off-grid, but then it kind of became like a hobby or a passion or a mission to be off-grid. Oh my god. I thought I heard something. It was just this. And yeah, that came with a lot of problems to fix, challenges, and it's been really fun. This well, right now I just looked and was surprised that it's actually almost filled with water. But normally, especially in the summer, it dries completely out. So that's why we get water from the stream, which is on the other side of the house. Now let's walk up again to the next building. This is the office, or we're planning to build an office here, I think. We'll see what happens, but since the beginning we've been talking about building this like 3-story building here on top of this root cellar that was here from the beginning. We haven't done anything to it yet. In the winter I invited Christina, who lives in a cabin up north, for a cup of tea right here, and we had a really good talk about like the ups and downs of living like this. And if you are thinking about living somewhat in a place like this, I really recommend you watch that video if you haven't already seen it. Over here is our latest building, the spa area that we're building right now, or we're working on it. So let's take a look at that. But first, we're coming by the firewood shed over here. So let's take a look at that first. This is what we're planning on. That is gonna be our way to self-sufficiency concerning firewood. So chopping down a lot of firewood. I don't know if you noticed, we already have a lot that we need to chop and put in here to dry. This side is for now, this is dry, and this side will need 1 to 2 years to dry. One of these days here in the fall break, we were all here, Liam and Julian and me, the whole family, chopping wood, and it was just it was just so cozy, and it feels so fulfilling to, I don't know, make our own firewood and having it as a project together. And it's not always easy to get a pre-teenager to come outside and do things with his parents. But he just had a really good time, and his father learned him to chop the wood, and he got really good at it really fast. And you know, that's just it's so fulfilling, like the whole thing. If we go a little bit back, we still have a lot of work to do. There are also all of these branches that we can cut up to smaller pieces and use for the small stove. Yeah, to keep us warm during the winter, which is coming. It's October now, so yeah, getting colder. Now let's take a look at the spa area. Until recently we have been showering in the lake or in the stream down here, which is fine. But this is a dream place. This is our dream paradise. So why not build an off-grid spa? The tub is really old and I cleaned it up, and it's amazing because it's a little bit bigger than a normal tub, which I didn't notice until I was laying in it. We do have a plan to have some kind of bonfire that can heat up the water, so it will circulate in and out to keep the water warm in an off-grid way. But for now we have this water heater which uses gas, and then it heats up the water really fast, which we pump from the stream a few hundred meters down there. I was trying to take a bath yesterday, and I managed to do it with like this much water in here and then just cold shower to get the soap off. But right now this is not working, so we're gonna find another solution. I don't know if we're gonna buy something else or if we're gonna do what we originally planned, which is that we have this like beer brewing spiral. Maybe you've heard of it if you're into this kind of stuff. Which you create a bonfire inside and then make the water go in and out of the tub. So that's a bigger project, and I will get back to why we're not doing bigger projects right now. But before I move on from here, I would love to tell you more about the future plans, which is we already kind of walked by by one of them. Yeah, this is obviously not finished. The roof isn't laid enough yet. We're still kind of open on what to have underneath the roof. We thought that we would have, maybe we will have like an outdoor kitchen area here, because I've been wanting an outdoor kitchen for a long time. I had one and then we moved it inside, and now someday maybe we'll bring it outside again or make another one outside. So that could be here. We were also planning on having a shower, but then when we had the tub with a shower head in, it just felt unnecessary to have a tub and a shower right next to each other, because you can just shower in the tub. So that was like, yeah. This is obviously not finished. Feel free to come with ideas if you feel like something is obvious that we should be having here. But also, we're planning on extending this terrace. We call it a terrace. I'm sure there's a better word for this. But make it like double size or triple size. It just, every time we build a platform like this, it costs. So we're choosing when to do what. So we started with the spa area, and then we're gonna extend it to have like a dining area, so we can have supper in the evening sun, for example, and like extend the spa area with sun beds and just lots of paradisey stuff. That, why not, right? But let's go back for a minute, because there's actually something down here that we're planning on building. So now we're kind of mixing in showing you a tour and telling you about the future. So use your imagination, okay? Over here, which is also a really great sunspot, this is actually where we had the solar panels the very first time we put them up. And here I'm planning on having like an orangerie, and like a house for me made out of windows where I can grow things, plants and trees before I plant them out, but also just a cozy place where I can sit and read books and paint and make creative things, creations. Julian has his barn, which we will get to, and this will be my building. Maybe you can imagine. So we're gonna build it out of windows. I imagine it's gonna be like a dark turquoise, like blue-green color, which is maybe a bit weird because our house is red, but in my head it's gonna look beautiful and fit perfectly. And maybe a little garden outside. Maybe you need to open a little gate, I think it's called, to get inside. A little garden, and then you can walk over to my door and come inside. So that's one plan for the future. Not on top of the list, so yeah, we have not started that yet. We also need to collect some windows somehow to build this. So let's get back this way. Maybe you want to see, if you watch our videos, you've probably seen inside the house many times, but let's just take a quick detour through the living room and out on the other side. I found some paint today. It's been sitting on the fireplace for some months now, that I bought for the door because I decided to have yellow doors. Yeah, so the boys are out getting firewood right now, so I have a few hours for a little girl time. And I thought maybe I would paint. Now that it's colder, we're also using this tent stove that we put in the fireplace here to keep the living room warm. It works beautifully. Ooh. Until we figure something else out. This fireplace has a kind of a special shape. It goes inwards, and so it's really small, but it's really high. And we just haven't been able to find a stove that normally you put in these old fireplaces. You would put a stove inside here, maybe with glass, so you could see the fire, something you could close so it doesn't suck out the heat from the house. But we haven't been able to find one that either it's really small or too big. So this is our solution for now. There's a tiny glass so you can see a little bit of fire. But it gets the chimney warm, and when we're here for many days, it really helps keep the house warm. But the big heater in this house is definitely the one in the kitchen. This is just extra, and it's really good. We actually have a whole video about how we heat up this house, so I don't want to go into too much detail. Let's go outside. So this is the other side of the house. This is the side that you see when you come to the house, when we arrive. And yeah, I'm also gonna paint this door yellow. With white windows, if you were wondering. So if we turn around, over here we have the solar panels, which are our power. And when we need a backup, we use a generator right now, until we get some water power. Also another project for the future. Let me show you the barn. Now in here we have a lot of stuff, like tools and materials and just anything that you would need for keeping up a place like this and building. This is kind of Julian's place. He knows where stuff is in here. I come and visit sometimes. And we have this wonderful roof where we also can store a lot of things like adventure toys and materials. We're gonna continue down because there's something I really want to tell you about, which takes us further down the land and also a bit outside the land that is ours. because I want to tell you about what we're planning for the future, besides the projects that I mentioned. That is that we are getting married, as I have mentioned in a few other videos, and we're closing in. It's getting closer and closer. We are gonna be getting married on the bridge, which is down here. It is really cozy down here. But the bridge is really, really old and kind of nervous every time we drive over it with the ATV, because it's really, like, it's rotten. So it's a beautiful place to get married, but the bridge is not very beautiful. So we're gonna build a new bridge. And that is a giant project, and there's kind of a deadline on that project because there is a date for the wedding. So that's one of the projects that is on top of the list. And I'm just gonna finish the story now before we get too close, because right now there's a lot of water in the stream and it's kind of noisy. So before I show you down the bridge where the wedding ceremony is gonna be, I just want to tell you these last few things, which is that we talked about taking a break from making a lot of YouTube videos. Not that we have been making a lot lately, but like our focus is just on the wedding now. I can't really concentrate on finding good video ideas. Hopefully I'm gonna be filming the process, of course. Yeah, if you won't be hearing from us the coming time, it's just because we're planning a wedding and building, which I'm sure you will see lots of, like, I will be filming. Also, probably something at the wedding. So yeah, it's in the summer, so it's like, what? November, December, January, February, March, April, May. It's 8 months from now, so there's plenty of time. But we will be focusing on some of these major projects. Now, that being said, let me show you the bridge. And again, use your imagination and you can see maybe how beautiful it will be. Thank you so much for watching and coming on this little tour with me. If you have any questions, I will be in the comment section. So no worries, just ask away and we'll talk later. Bye bye.